He thinks it's funny, but I've got stories that can end his legacy.
The wildest NBA drama of the year is unfolding right now. LeBron James and Kevin Durant tried to throw some subtle shade at Michael Jordan, but it instantly backfired. It all started on the Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash, where KD cracked a joke about MJ that came off as pure disrespect. LeBron didn't help either. He laughed louder than he needed to, almost like he wanted the whole world to catch it. But this time it wasn't about numbers, legacy debates, or typical trash talk. They crossed into something personal, something connected to Jordan's family, and that changed everything.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back.
It hit hard, deep enough that Jordan didn't let a single second pass. He came back with a line so cold it froze the entire basketball world. He thinks it's funny, but I've got stories that could rewrite his whole legacy. That shook everyone. And that was only the beginning. MJ didn't just defend himself, he came armed with receipts. He hinted at behind-the-scenes drama involving LeBron, questionable associations, and whispers of competitive advantages. Suddenly, this wasn't just trash talk anymore. It turned into a full-scale storm that flipped the NBA narrative on its head. Today, we're breaking down everything. The joke that crossed the line, MJ's ruthless clapback, the hidden tensions, and the shocking claims that could reshape how people talk about LeBron and KD. To see how this all spiraled out of control, we need to rewind to the exact moment it sparked on Mind the Game.
This is nothing but a Michael Jordan diss, bro. A Michael Jordan headshot. And it's crazy coming for a like KD, who has literally talking about commitment.
At first, the internet tried to brush it off like it was nothing, just another podcast moment. But it didn't take long before everyone realized how blatant the disrespect actually was. The episode started off normal, just LeBron, Steve Nash, and Kevin Durant breaking down hoops like they always do. Then out of nowhere, KD slid in one of the slickest, most low-key disses an NBA player has ever dropped. They were talking about longevity, minutes, rest, and all the usual stuff, until he flipped the whole vibe with that one line.
You and Michael at a good spot.
Who, me and Michael?
Jordan?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. We don't talk.
Why not, you think?
Because I'm still playing.
KD dropped the line so casually you'd think he was reading off a cereal box. He said it with a straight face like he was sharing some random fun fact. But it was anything but that. It was a shot aimed straight at one of the most sensitive chapters in Michael Jordan's life. KD basically floated the idea that MJ walked away when things got rough. And honestly, the line wasn't even the craziest part, it was LeBron's reaction. You can literally see LeBron trying to suppress the laugh for half a second, and then he just loses it. Full laugh. No hesitation. And the way it happened? It felt rehearsed. Like this wasn't the first time they joked about that topic in private. But this is where everything shifts. People forget that Jordan's baseball run happened right after his father's death, one of the darkest times of his life. There was real trauma behind that chapter, not some simple he quit narrative.
Got it? Okay. Guys, everybody.
People have always said MJ's switch to baseball was strange, but anyone who lived through that era knows the truth. He was honoring his father's dream. That's it. So when KD turned that chapter into a punchline, he touched the one thing Michael Jordan never jokes about. As soon as the clip hit the internet, social media erupted. LeBron and KD got dragged instantly. Comments were brutal, the video spread everywhere, and even sports creators weren't letting it slide. They kept replaying it, dissecting it, and calling out the disrespect without hesitation. And let's be honest, KD knows exactly what he's saying. He studies the game. He knows MJ's life story front to back. That's why everyone saw it as a deliberate shot. And LeBron laughing only made it worse. One superstar making an out-of-pocket joke is one thing, but two legends smirking about the darkest chapter in the GOAT's life? That's one of the weakest looks we've seen in a long time. If you're going to trash talk MJ, fine, keep it competitive. Joke about the Wizards' years. Joke about practice fights. Say literally anything else. But not the moment rooted in pure grief. And yeah, some people tried to argue that KD didn't mean it like that. Cute. But intent doesn't matter when the impact hits that hard. The second LeBron laughed, the whole vibe flipped. What gets me is how KD and LeBron always act like they're above drama, yet somehow they start more drama than anyone. KD gets sensitive over the smallest things, but is out here sparking beef on a podcast. And LeBron loves playing friendly with MJ in public, but the moment he thinks he can sneak in a joke, he laughs like he's at a comedy special. But if there's one thing we know about Michael Jordan, it's this: he stays silent until someone presses the wrong button. KD and LeBron pressed the one button they should have never touched.
Right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For some people.
People acted like that moment was some shocking betrayal, but if you actually know the history between LeBron and MJ, it wasn't surprising at all. Those two never really clicked, and they're definitely not starting now. The more you look back at old clips and quotes, the more obvious it becomes. LeBron laughing at KD's MJ jab wasn't an accident. It fit him perfectly. The clearest example is that Pat McAfee interview earlier this year. For the first time, LeBron said it plain and simple: he and Michael Jordan don't talk. Not casually, not privately, not at all. And the way he explained it? He blamed MJ's competitiveness, saying Jordan can't connect with another superstar until that player retires. But everyone who's followed this saga knows the story runs deeper than that.
LeBron in his prime, Michael in his prime one-on-one. Who wins that game?
Myself, for sure. I mean, I'm gonna take myself versus anybody. I'll tell you one thing, they're gonna have to have a few wheelchairs and a couple ambulances there to get us off the floor.
And I'm sitting there like, really? Because the MJ the world knows talked to plenty of active players. He spoke with Kobe all the time. They were so close they practically became family. And if we're being honest, Kobe was a much bigger threat to MJ's legacy than LeBron ever was. So LeBron's explanation felt like when someone says, "Oh, my friend didn't show up because they've just been busy." Sure they are. What made it even weirder was LeBron claiming that once he retires, then he and MJ will get close. That sounds like somebody saying they'll finally start calling their dad once they move out. If you're not close now, retirement isn't suddenly going to make MJ pick up the phone.
There was a lot of heat on the fact that because of Michael's gambling habit, his father paid the price.
The fact that LeBron even said that tells you he feels that distance. You don't drop a line like that unless it's been sitting on your mind for a long time. And the truth is, the gap between him and MJ didn't start yesterday. You can rewind all the way to the 2022 All-Star Game in Cleveland and watch it unfold right in front of everyone.
And at this time, I had no thoughts of coming back and playing the game of basketball. So when I did decide to come back in 1995, and then we played Utah in '96, I'm at the center circle, and Brian Russell sitting next to me, and I look over to Brian. I said, "You remember this conversation you made in 1994 about I think I can guard you, I can shut you down, I would love to play against you. Well, you about to get your..."
Remember when MJ walked out during the 75th anniversary ceremony and the arena erupted? He was hugging everyone with genuine energy. But when he got to LeBron, the mood changed instantly. MJ gave him this stiff, awkward handshake, like two people who used to be close but hadn't spoken in ages. Then he moved on, saw Luka Doncic, and suddenly lit up like he'd run into someone he truly missed. The contrast was striking. On LeBron's own night, in his own arena, MJ showed more warmth to Luka than to him. And honestly, can you really blame him? LeBron has challenged MJ's pride more than once, especially that time he declared himself the greatest player of all time on camera.
He was caught dressed like my housekeeper. He calls himself the GOAT.
After the 2016 finals, the first real crack in LeBron and MJ's relationship appeared. Before that, LeBron idolized MJ. He wore 23, mimicked MJ's celebrations, and openly said Michael was the reason he picked up a basketball. Then suddenly, LeBron crowned himself the GOAT while MJ stayed quiet at home. MJ is competitive to his core, but he's also proud. If someone wants to take that throne, fine, but earn it. Don't just declare it on HBO. And then there's the one-on-one debate. Every few years, clips resurface of LeBron claiming he'd beat MJ in a prime versus prime matchup, and it's never said humbly.
LeBron situation, because what LeBron essentially did here is he used nepotism to get his son a job in the NBA. That's basically what this was, and most people agree that's what happened. Bronny James, the son, did not play his way into the NBA. Most people generally agree.
LeBron always slips in those little jokes, talking about needing wheelchairs or stretchers after a game, like he's setting up a movie trailer. LeBron in his prime, MJ in his prime, one-on-one, who wins? "I'll call an ambulance," he jokes. Sure, it's funny when you're talking about random players. But when it's about the man whose legacy you've been chasing your entire career, it lands differently. You can see why MJ wouldn't be thrilled. And that's exactly why KD's little baseball joke wasn't harmless. It cut deep, because that chapter of MJ's life wasn't just a side story.
To not have passed Michael in 30-point games, and he's played, I think he's on year 20, right?
It was all tied to his father, James Jordan Sr., and the pain he experienced during that time was real. Back then, Michael was dealing with a gambling habit, not out of control like some people make it sound, but enough to set off a chain of events he never expected. Tragically, his father allegedly paid the ultimate price, and many people pointed fingers because of the connection. Michael didn't plan any of it. He didn't see it coming. And the guilt he carried for years? That was something only he truly understood.
KD is a great player. He's sensitive, 100% sensitive. What I said, and I stick by, KD is a great player. But he's going to have to win a championship without the Warriors to get the old heads' respect. And I used the analogy. I said, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest ever, said, I had to win a championship without you.
The baseball chapter wasn't random at all. Jordan Sr. loved the game. He grew up with it, taught it to his sons, and always dreamed of seeing one of them carry it forward. So when Michael stepped away from basketball to play professional baseball, it wasn't impulsive or dramatic. He was honoring his father's memory, trying to bring a dream to life for the man who raised him and was taken too soon. The pressure didn't stop at home. The media went wild. Headlines screamed, "Jordan quits basketball for baseball," and MJ escapes NBA pressure. Conspiracy theories spread like wildfire. None of it was true, but Michael still had to live through it all while carrying the Bulls, the league, his father's loss, and non-stop rumors on his shoulders every single day. It was overwhelming. And if you know anything about MJ, you know he doesn't take disrespect lightly. Maybe KD's joke or LeBron's laugh would slide with someone else. Sure. But with MJ? He remembers everything, and he responds with sniper-level precision. Just look at his Hall of Fame speech. He didn't show up to be sentimental or soft. He showed up to dominate, making sure everyone in that room understood why he's different, why he never lets anything slide, and why nobody touches him when it comes to legacy. That's exactly why KD and LeBron should never have poked at the things MJ values most. Some topics are off limits. You can joke about stats, rings, athleticism, clutch moments, whatever, but you don't touch the baseball chapter. That part of his life came from real pain. And MJ turned that pain into greatness. He took tragedy, pressure, conspiracies, and the entire NBA world watching him, and he still became the greatest to ever play the game.
Get back your timing and conditioning, really, to be honest, correct?
Yeah.
The wildest NBA clash ever is happening right now. LeBron James and Kevin Durant tried to throw shade at Michael Jordan, and it backfired spectacularly. It all started on the Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash, where KD dropped a joke about MJ that came off as straight up disrespectful. And LeBron? He laughed way too hard like he wanted everyone to hear it. This wasn't about stats, highlights, or the usual back and forth. They touched something personal, something tied to MJ's family, and it hit differently. It cut deep. Jordan didn't let it slide. He fired back with a line that froze the whole league. He hinted, "I've got stories that could end his legacy." Suddenly, the conversation wasn't just about jokes. MJ started exposing behind-the-scenes info, hinting at truths that could flip the legacies of LeBron and KD. At first, the internet tried pretending it wasn't serious, until everyone realized how blatant the disrespect was. KD dropped his line casually, during a normal discussion about longevity and rest. But what he said wasn't a fun fact. It was a direct hit at one of MJ's most sensitive chapters, the baseball season after his father's death, a time of real trauma. And LeBron's reaction? You can see him trying to choke back a laugh for a moment, then breaking into a full-blown laugh like he just couldn't hold it in. That wasn't the first time this joke came up. It felt rehearsed. But Michael's baseball season wasn't a punchline. It happened right after his father's murder. The grief, the pressure, the rumors, it all weighed on him. Anyone who lived through that era knows MJ's switch to baseball wasn't strange. He was honoring his father's dream. KD turning that into a joke? That hit at the one thing MJ doesn't joke about. Social media exploded. LeBron laughing made it worse. One superstar making a bad joke is one thing, but two legends laughing at the GOAT's darkest chapter? That's a weak look. LeBron tried to explain it later, saying MJ was too competitive to talk to another superstar. But if you know MJ, that excuse doesn't hold. He connected with Kobe, a bigger threat to his legacy than LeBron ever was. And LeBron suggesting retirement would fix the distance? That's like saying you'll finally call your dad after moving out. MJ doesn't work that way. The distance between them has been obvious for years. The 2022 All-Star Game in Cleveland? You could see it live. MJ gave LeBron a stiff handshake, then lit up seeing Luka Doncic. On LeBron's own night, MJ showed more warmth to Luka than him. The first real crack in their relationship came after the 2016 finals. LeBron idolized MJ, wore 23, copied celebrations, credited him for picking up basketball. Then suddenly he crowned himself the GOAT while MJ stayed quiet. MJ is competitive and proud. Take the throne? Fine. Declare it yourself on HBO? Not fine. And the one-on-one talk? LeBron repeatedly said he beat MJ in a prime versus prime matchup, and never humbly. LeBron's jokes and KD's jab weren't harmless. LeBron's one-on-one wheelchair jokes are funny in general, but not when aimed at the man whose legacy you've chased your whole career. That's why KD's baseball joke cut deep. That chapter of MJ's life came from real pain, tied to his father, James Jordan Sr. The media went wild. Conspiracies spread. MJ carried bulls, grief, rumors, and the NBA on his shoulders. MJ doesn't take disrespect lightly. Look at his Hall of Fame speech. He didn't show up to be sentimental. He showed up to dominate, proving why nobody touches him when it comes to legacy. Some topics are off limits. Stats, rings, athleticism, fine. But that baseball chapter? Untouchable. He turned tragedy into greatness. And it didn't stop there. MJ answered LeBron coldly with lines that froze the internet. LeBron's laugh looks worse when you remember his history. Wild parties, rumored controversies, and power moves that don't always align with the good guy image. Meanwhile, MJ handled everything face to face. Legends like Charles Barkley and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar call out LeBron publicly. Yet LeBron still laughed at MJ's most personal, painful chapter. That wasn't clueless, it was poking at something he could never reach. And KD? Elite on the court, yes, but his timing and off-court behavior made the joke worse. Burner accounts, the Warriors move, Brooklyn chaos. It all adds up. KD can shoot, he can hoop, but he'll never match MJ's competitive fire or cultural dominance. History teaches a pattern. Disrespect a legend and the universe, or the legend, humble you. Dwight Howard, Lance Stevenson, Shaq. Every time it comes back. MJ isn't just a legend, he's the GOAT. Rings? Check. Culture? Off the charts. Competitive fire? Check. This wasn't about stats or highlight reels. This was MJ defending the throne. And if anyone thinks he'll let KD or LeBron slide because it was a joke, they're kidding themselves. He lets the record speak. He lets time prove the point. So ask yourself, if you were MJ, would you let the disrespect slide? And if you're rocking with the truth, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people see what's really going on.